Hello and welcome to the WMC here in Las Vegas. Another oval track with Henry Hamzin once again on pole position with his teammate Max Riemiller locking out the front row once again for Luxembourg. Can anybody stop them? Well, we've got some very different people, including Tobias Dorsch. Nico Rivera is back. Catavo will be there in the mix as per usual. Alonso is also racing. We've got Hernandez, his teammate, Robin Eade, wearing a very snazzy helmet, may I just add. Then Checo Wilson, Attila Telemini, and that is your lineup. Right then, as we now head out onto the track, it says DRS disabled, just ignore that. That's absolute rubbish. And ignore the layout in the bottom left as we now ride down this back straight. On board with Henry Hamzin. Can he defend Luxembourg's charge? And, well, he's won every race but one this season. Will he continue this trend? We've only got a few seconds to find out then, as the pace car pulls in again. And here we go in the WMC. It's green flag and away we go, and already there's contact between one of the Spanish cars, and that is Alonso. And I think that was Tobias Dorsch. Very unusual as Catavo muscles his way through up into P2. There's chaos on an oval track. We're not used to seeing this. Catavo now fights for the lead. His teammate Checo Wilson. Brilliant start by the Mexican cars, as Henry Hamzin leads them away on lap 1. Then it's Catavo, Wilson, and Rivera getting very close for contact, and that's the other Spanish car, I think of Hernandez. Are we going to get a safety car for that? And he goes spinning off. Two Spanish cars already in the wars here. Alonso isn't faring much better, it would seem, in P9. And what have we got? A pace car? Oh, it looks like they're still jostling for position as Robin Eade now gets in the mix, riding out of the final corner. On his right you can see Tobias Dorsch, and then it's the two Mexican cars of Catavo and Wilson as Dorsch sets the fastest lap. Very well done to him. DRS disabled. We don't have DRS. It's a Formula 1 plugin. On the rear wing of Henry Hamzin. Coming down. And Rivera is going to snatch the position from Gonzalez Catavo. And Ettore Termini has a drive-through penalty for causing a collision, as we saw just a few moments ago. So Termini will drop even further back on an oval track. That's not what you want, because he's going to come out, a lap is about 30 seconds. Termini will lose about 30 seconds in the pit lane, so he might come out in the middle of this fight. As now Max Riemiller challenging Gonzalez Catavo, and I think that was, who's that coming out the pit lane? That might be that's Termini. As now Catavo under serious pressure from Max Riemiller, sniffing the rear diffuser. Riemiller takes to the inside. There's light wheel rubbing, but they've made it through okay. Catavo is just going to stay ahead of him, or is he? Across the line he goes. Catavo still showing up as P3, but Riemiller's fighting for the inside. They're riding side by side for almost a lap. Finally, Riemiller gets through. Now Catavo in the slipstream of Rivera got a very nice straight line speed without the use of a slipstream, or maybe he got it off Rivera, who knows. But the fight for the lead is still very much running, as Catavo still side by side with Max Riemiller. Not the best of starts for him. He was on the front row, now down to P4 fighting with Catavo. That's not what he wants at the start of this race. And that is a 1/10 now is the gap. It is coming down. Nico Rivera isn't much pressure from behind at the moment. He's mainly just trying to get a charge on Henry Hermsen for the lead of the race, and he's getting a very good tow, may I add. Catavo still brawls with Max Remula, but now Nico Rivera should, I think, would get the tow down this back straight, and is that going to allow him to move around the outside as Hermsen defends the inside line? That's going to slow Rivera down and lose a bit of momentum, but now Catavo could get in the tow and pop himself up into P2. I'm sure he quite fancies it after a good stream of podium finishes. After the initial bad luck, Catavo getting a good tow, but Max Remula present on the outside. Catavo moves over to defend slightly, as they're still riding down the back straight, and Max Remula just pops himself up into P3, but for how long is Catavo going to have a little sniff down the inside? Seems to have dropped back a little bit. And we're approaching traffic. I would assume that's Terramini, like I said a moment ago about lap traffic. He's going to get in the way having that drive through. As now Max Remula now on the tail of Nico Rivera. Look how much the top three or top four to some extent have closed in. And like I said, look how they're getting. Oh, that's a Ronzo, I think. Judging by the helmet. As down the inside, Max Remula goes Rivera. Goes very, very deep. That's going to cost him P4 at this rate. Oh, it is Hernandez, sorry. And he gets out of the way, so thankfully no accidents. Let's hope we don't see that again. Now, riding out of this final corner. It's a Luxembourg 1-2 now. But is Max Remula going to go for glory? As Rivera. Oh, we might go 3 wide. We've got a back marker, but Hernandez is out of the way. That's good. Nice to see. On the rear wing, chasing Gonzalez, Catavo, Nico Rivera. Good start, but can he take this momentum and fly up? Oh, we've got a Luxembourg duel for the lead. Remula showing up as the leader on that lap as they finish that. And Remula getting up onto the outside. No, he's not. Remula, you can distinguish him by the red marked tyres. Hermsen got the white stripe, as they don't have helmet designs currently. Catavo in a strong third. Nico Rivera, though, right behind him. Well, let's see what's going further back. We've got DRS disabled, so that would assume there's been an incident. Ooh, Checo Wilson has to lift off a bit, backing off from Tobias Dorsch. Down the back straight, these guys running. Robin Eade on the back end, on the tail end of this train so far. And across the line. Eade getting a good tow. Getting DRS disabled and enabled every now and then. Is Eade going to have a look? All aboard the Dorsch train. Choo choo. Right. Good speed through the speed trap, actually. 2 kilometers faster than what I was expecting. And then Ronzo, a long way back, and then Hernandez. So the 2 Spanish cars very much almost completely out of the running at the moment because they're not going to get a tow from anyone. And very slow through the trap. Was Dorsch? Wait, that's a different speed trap as the Luxembourg cars fighting their way for first and second. Ooh, Rivera nearly pulled into the pit lane there and nearly went off the track. Maybe he's trying to jerk out of the slipstream, maybe make a possible manoeuvre. Not much behind Rivera. Catavo just watching and waiting for an opportunity to arise at the front. Looks like we've got another back marker coming up. Max Remula on the inside of his teammate Henry Hermsen as they ride into turn 1. Surely Remula's got that, but they're going to ride side by side anyway. Terramini, notorious for, or Crashamini, as I've nicknamed him. Oh, Terramini! As soon as I say that, almost blocked these guys, and now Remula is going to have to go around the hard way. So Terramini actually aided Hermsen there, and he's not showing any signs of slowing, blocking the inside line, and that actually might be trouble for Catavo at that rate, because he's blocking the inside, which is the one that everyone wants. That's why you see people defending, because it's quicker, and it's the racing line. Hopefully we don't see any of that. Terramini's dropped back, that's good. So Remula going for another shot as his teammate over the line. Half a tenth. Muller on the inside, taking the lead temporarily, but for how long is Hermsen? Oh, he's past Hermsen now, but on the back straight. Hermsen fighting his way. Side by side they ride. Very close racing indeed from Luxembourg. Still side by side. Still side by side. Oh, I wanted to see if they can make it another lap round. But still very good driving from both of them, unlike some people. Alright, moving up now. Is that Gonzalez, Catavo and Nico Rivera. As Nico Rivera takes third from Catavo, but Catavo is going to try, but look, he's in the tow. Not enough into turn one. I'm surprised we haven't had a safety car for those incidents, and how those cars managed to make it out alive. Down the back straight. Oh, Hermsen and Muller. Hermsen touches there. We're on board with Hermsen, by the way. And now into turn one. The slower line around the outside unless he has a catastrophic exit. Now Hermsen. But Rivera's getting a good tow from both Luxembourg cars in front. Hermsen has to take the outside line. That's going to allow Rivera to close right up. Oh, he's getting right in the mix, isn't he, Rivera? Catavo seems to have dropped back a little bit. I mean, it doesn't look like a massive gap, but in an oval race, it is pretty difficult to come back even from a second gap because of the slipstream, and the lap is just so short anyway. Nico Rivera gets towards. Oh, we get a bad exit there. Catavo is now going to try and seize this opportunity to ride onto lap 26. Catavo in the tow. Oh, Luxembourg going at it again for the lead of the race. Doing a good job. And looks like another 1-2 in the making. But Rivera and Catavo, who's going to get the last podium spot? Dorsch running in a very nice 5th. Well clear of the leaders, but also well clear of behind. Robin Eade goes very, very deep. And we've got a Spaniard on his tail, but he's a lap down. So Hernandez is a lap down, but he's going to try and unlap himself, so he's got to be careful doing that. Alonso. Let's see, Eade is now on Checo Wilson on the inside. Still running side by side, but Wilson went a bit too wide there, so up he goes. Luxembourg still running side by side into turn one. Oh, touching. Don't touch each other, guys. Don't take each other off. And that is your classification so far. Hermsen leads him away. Okay, just had to do that. Got some cars in the pits now, and that is Checo Wilson. Hopefully he doesn't hit me, that'd be awkward. Am I in his pit box? So close there. Right. Hernandez is head of Tomini. Somehow. I think they must have been involved as Wilson, P8, who was going to come out a lap down, but in front of Dorsch. And Dorsch is obviously going to be a bit concerned because of the blue flag, but he's getting a slipstream. Dorsch can take his time as Wilson, ooh, bit of contact, but a bit of wheel bumping, which seems to be able to get away with that in R factor, right? Max Riemiller, Henry Hermsen still going at Hermsen on top at the moment though, as Riemiller darts to the inside, still holding it. And we've got Tolomini right in front. That's going to be a good slipstream advantage for Hermsen, and he can pull in front of his teammate. Tolomini duly gets out of the way. Now Rivera and Cataro. Cataro's a bit of a quiet stage of his race so far, nearly approaching the halfway point. So Riemiller and Hermsen, which of them is going to be the first to react? Because Checo Wilson is a lap down from pitting, so we're going to see some back markers and some of the slower cars getting in because of being such a short lap. You know, everyone's going to be pretty close, especially if one comes out the pits, because you lose about 30 seconds, so that's about a lap. Hence why people such as Checo Wilson are a lap down. Hernandez, of course, had the drive-through penalty. I think it was a drive-through for causing a collision. There was another one, I think, or did he cause both even? It was Alonso at the start. I don't know if they took any action on that, but we'll find out. On board with Henry Hermsen on the rear wing. Max Riemiller just behind. Riemiller getting in the toe. He's going to make a move on the inside. And he makes it stick. Hermsen's got to try and move back up. Oh, a bit of a tap on the wall for Riemiller. Hermsen back up again. Just relentless position swapping. And we're not going to see much proper racing until the very end. That's when it matters in oval. The rest is just about staying with the pack. Let's see, Tolomini running in last. Let's see where Hernandez is. So it's almost, oh, Spanish cars going side by side. Good battle going on here between the two teammates of Ronzo and Hernandez. I only saw Ronzo in Turkey, so it's interesting to see how he fares against his teammate. I'm sure he's been in other racing network leagues, I don't know. Seems to have settled in pretty well if he's new, but let's see. And he's clear of his teammate, so looks like Hernandez may not have a better setup. Oh, it's Checo Wilson and Tobias Dorsch. Checo Wilson is a lap down, I think. Or is a good part of a lap down. So obviously he's pitted. If he can make it to the end, that'd be good. So he's allowed to unlap himself, provided he can do it carefully and safely and not hold up the car in front. Is that Catavo coming out the pits? He's going to be very close with his teammate. Catavo rejoins behind Checo Wilson. Now that is a surprise. That's a very good strategy from Checo Wilson. And undercuts his teammate. And that pops him up into, well, ahead of his teammate P7. But remember, I don't think the top 6 have pitted yet. The current top 6, that is. Oh, Rivera, looks like he's now pitted, I'm not sure. Oh, Robin Eade is also into pit lane. How's he going to do with that? Yep, we're now seeing people pitting. Alonso is in from P2, I believe. Max Remula. Why has Helmsen now got one? Ah. So, both Luxembourg cars now in trouble. Both of them got drive-through penalties. Looks like Helmsen, sorry, in to serve this lap. Remula's left. What on earth is going on? Oh, and Helmsen's made a right mess of that. That was an extravagant entry. What on earth happened? So Henry Helmsen serving his drive-through. Remula is out for no apparent reason. Well, he just probably rage quitting. By the sound of things, I've got no idea. Dorsch leads. Oh, and he's got Robinini in P. Oh, sorry, Hernandez P. The order's all messed up at the moment for me. Sorry. So Dorsch leads. Nico Rivera is P2. Don't think Dorsch is. Well, he looks like he's coming into pit now, but he's made a bit of a mess of that. Has Dorsch coming in? Looks like one of them. Is that a Mexican car coming into pit in front of him? We'll find out. I hope I'm not in the way. So Dorsch pits and Checo. Oh, looks like Mexico in a good position. They should be second and third, I believe, when they come out. Because Dorsch pits. Two Mexican cars get out in front. And that is Max Remula's car as Dorsch comes out. Oh, who's that? Did someone else have a drive-through there? Dorsch does have a penalty, indeed, I was right. There's the two Mexican teammates battle it out. Wilson. Oh, is that a... Oh, Alonso. Is this for position? Might be. Oh no, Alonso's P4. He's a lap ahead of Henry Helmsen. He can enjoy this as much as he wants. Henry Helmsen, disaster. And I don't think there are many cars in front of Henry, so the only chance he's got is if Alonso passes him, he uses his toe. But for Henry Helmsen, it's all gone horribly wrong, and Remula, in rage I would assume, judging by the way he left, has quit the race. And is that Terramini grinding to a halt? Or was that just an unsafe pit entrance? Has he got any brakes, or is he just doing that to piss us off? Anyway, I'm sorry, Terramini. Currently 2 laps down, and then Helmsen is... Oh... I don't want to point the finger. I'm not going to say that was unsafe because I don't want to ruin it. I don't know if that was actually safe at all, but I find it very strange how people getting penalties for pit entrances, a very minor thing in something like a game, but oh, really don't. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not sure. I mean, a pit entrance is a... Ah, fuck. Sorry about that. I was blocking Teramini's pit box. Right, I don't think he'll need to stop again, so I should be clear. He's going to rejoin 4 laps down now. Don't see a drive-through for him. And Alonso dicing with Hamzan. With P8. His next target would be Dorsch, who's a fair way off, if I'm honest. Well, in terms of an oval race, he's about a corner ahead or so. Actually, it's not too bad. But on an oval race, to gain ground, you're going to need a slipstream from someone in front. And what Hamzan could do is let Alonso through and then use the slipstream of the Spanish car. That's what I would do if I was struggling with my straight speed, which... Let's just see. Well, the straight line speed is fairly similar, actually. I was just wondering whether it's worth backing off and using his slipstream instead, because Hamzan really needs ground now. Dorsch's best lap was a 25.1. His last was a 25.4. Hamzan is pretty quick, and it's there we go. There's a gap. It's 5 seconds roughly. Track temperature changing a bit. Or is it me? Hamzan has got to close a pretty big gap in terms of an oval circuit on a lap as short as this. Tobias Dorsch in a good position. Actually, oh dear. Hernandez, that might be an unsafe pit entry. Well, oh wait, no, he's there. I thought he was a bit further around. I don't know if they would count that. I don't know what they classify it. I mean, I don't really understand what they're saying in the briefing because it's all in German and completely different for me. I mean, I know some, but not that much. Right, pit lane. We've got a very handy widget in the top left. Let's see. Look how... Comparing this to outside the... Oh, we've got Alvaro Hernandez and Checo Wilson as well. And I did see that. Checo Wilson and Alvaro Hernandez, I think, yeah. Both getting... So, stewards are very harsh this race. Well, harsher than normal. We've seen a handing of penalties. With seconds and everything. There's a massive amount of penalties in such a short space. And was that an unsafe exit? Actually, no, I think he was past the white line. It's alright. Is Hernandez going to take his immediately? Because it will take a few laps for him to build up momentum anyway. So, Checo Wilson. Oh, that's such a shame. He was in good position. Checo. Oh, it's a stop-go. Checo Wilson has a stop-go. Right, so he comes into the pit lane now. Hopefully I'm not blocking his pit exit. Pit box, sorry. Let's see. Checo Wilson. Just look how much slower this pit lane is. It's 170, 180 miles slower than what you want. I'm not blocking it, am I? Oh, good, I'm not. So, 25 seconds just to get into his pit box. He's now got to wait another 10 seconds. And he's got a drive-through penalty. That is a lot of penalties. And Checo Wilson, clearly not happy. And rightfully so, in all fairness to him, poor guy. So many penalties for these guys. Look at that. 48 seconds. That's over a lap lost for Checo Wilson in a race where he was showing such promise. And whether that's just or unjust. Is this Alvaro Hernandez? Yes, it is. He's coming in for his drive-through penalty. And dropping back into P8. There's Checo Wilson 2 laps down. It's a shame, actually. Reed Mueller, Hernandez, Wilson, Terramini. A warning. That's a warning, isn't it? Why are they warning him for... Stewards are very unforgiving today, as Hernandez, comes out of probably about 30 seconds he lost there. Oh, is he going to come out close with Checo Wilson? Checo Wilson gets out in front. That's good for, well, it's something for him at least. Up front though, where is Herbzen? P6. And the fight behind him is not for position. Oh, Tobias Dorsch. Dorsch is in a good race so far. He's a lap down, I think, but he is catching Gonzalez Catabo. However, he is a lap down. Yeah, he is a Robinede. Sorry, I'm thinking of as well as a lap down. Oh, as Dorsch goes for the inside on Gonzalez Catabo. Looks like he's made it stick. We've got 10 laps left. Hermsen right down the order. Is this the first time we haven't seen him on the podium? There's now Catabo. Has a look. Has a sniff of Dorsch for the inside. And Catabo's through, I think. Yep, he is. Terramini. Right at the back of the field, but then Checo Wilson's still got a drive through. Is he going to be disqualified because he hasn't? Don't you have to do 3 laps or something? Because you get a 1 lap warning where you get 3 laps to do your penalty, and then you get a warning on the last lap to do it. Otherwise, he could be disqualified, and I wonder if in anger and rage he's not going to do it and he's going to disobey it, not knowing he'll be disqualified. I don't know. As now Hermsen charging through the field. He's going to try and make a move on. Is that going to be for position? Yes. Hermsen moves ahead of Dorsch. He's making progress, but is it enough? And having said that, Dorsch gets shoved wide by Catabo. So Dorsch, he can get ahead of the championship leader. Well, he should be anyway. And there's not that long left. As Hermsen gets a bit of a scruffy line through there. I think he may have lost some... Oh, no, he didn't. But Catabo doing some very good lap times. His last one was a bit slower though. Dorsch's pace isn't fantastic, but he's doing a decent job. But can he take something back to Henry Hermsen? He's dropped back significantly, partially because he got wide and that kind of affected his momentum. As Catabo, oh, he's going to enjoy lapping Henry Hermsen, isn't he? He's going to go for the outside. Hopefully he doesn't lose too much time. Hermsen not on the podium at the moment. And he's only got 5 laps to get on there. Oh, Robinede. And Alonso. Ede is a lap down, unfortunately. Would be nice to see Ede on the podium, but he's doing a great job, actually, I must say. Don't usually see him this far up. Pleased to see Ede up there, P4. He's had some disappointing race, including his birthday where he crashed, unfortunately. No birthday luck for him then, as Catabo moving to the inside. Alonso, how has he got into P3? I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty for earlier. Actually, but Catabo and Hermsen. Hermsen, remember, if you're just... Catabo doesn't need to pass Hermsen. It's nearly 7 seconds, 6.5 seconds to the lead, which is Nico Rivera, I believe, yeah. Well done to him. Didn't race in Istanbul, but he's right up there now. So Catavo, there's almost no chance he's gained a couple of tenths every there now and then, but that's not representative because they can be in a corner when the other's on a straight. So you'd have to look at the lap times. Nico Rivera round the final corner. So 1 lap to go or so. And in a minute's time, roughly, we'll see Nico Rivera, unless something catastrophic happened, take his first win. And I think it's the first of the WMC, but it's definitely his first this season. Don't know if this league's any previous history. And we all thought it was going to be Hermsen domination. But in Las Vegas, we've got 1 lap for Nico Rivera. It's now 5 seconds. Gonzalez gaining a heap of time, but that's probably because he got a slipstream from Hermsen. That just shows you what effect that has. Round the final corners for Nico Rivera. We've only had 2 different winners in the WMC in 2014, and finally somebody knocks Henry Hermsen off. He's not going to be on the podium, and it's Nico Rivera who wins in Las Vegas. Gonzalez, Catavo now approaching the straight. And up ahead, oh, Hermsen! Hermsen has lost the wing. Oh dear. Well done, Nico Rivera. Robin Eade finishes a fantastic 4th. Henry Hermsen can only manage 5th. Then Dorsch finishes 6th. 7th is Hernandez. 8th is Checo Wilson. And 9th, Attolo Termini. And you know what? I'm going to go out there and do donuts. Because YOLO. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching the WMC this afternoon. And we'll see you again very shortly. Until then, it's goodbye for me. And see you in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, celebrations for Nico Rivera.